Today I'm going to share a technique with you, EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, also known as tapping. It uses the same principles as acupuncture, the ancient Chinese technique, using acupressure points on the body. But instead of using needles, we just use our fingertips and gently tap on different points. What this does is it stimulates the amygdala and hippocampus in your mind and other areas which are related to fear. Harvard studies have shown that when you tap on certain points, you're affecting these areas in the brain and just sending the message that you're safe and that you can relax. Therefore, our cortisol levels go down, our stress hormone, and our feel-good hormones and chemicals in our body go up, therefore giving us a sense of peace and contentment. I absolutely love this technique. I use it all the time, and I'm really eager to share it with as many people as possible. EFT is a self-help tool, so once you know the technique, you can just use it on yourself whenever you like. Because this is a public video, I need to ask you to take full responsibility for your own well-being. EFT is perfectly safe for almost everyone to use, but if you've been diagnosed with a psychiatric disorder or you're under the care of a doctor or therapist and you're unsure about using this technique, then please ask their advice before continuing. So EFT is very simple to do and can be used for many different issues that you may be struggling with. We'll run through the points and then we'll actually do some tapping together. So the first point to tell you about is the karate chop, which is the fleshy part of your hand just here. And what we're going to do, and unlike acupuncture, where you're using needles to stimulate points, we're just going to use our fingertips and tap. You can use 4, 3 or 2 fingers, whatever feels comfortable, and you can tap on either side of your body. Your body is mirrored, so you can tap on either side as we go down, and you could swap throughout. It's completely up to you. So the first point is the karate chop, which you'd use like this. So you can just tap like that. The second point is on the beginning of your eyebrow, right on the bone where the hair starts. Then you follow your eyebrow around to the side of your eye, and again right on the bone here. Then follow the bone round underneath your eye, directly below your pupil, about 1 inch below. The next is underneath your nose, just here. On your chin, right in the dent of your chin there. The next is your collarbone point, so you follow your collarbones down, then go 1 inch below, and then you can tap anywhere in this line across. So depending on what videos you may have watched online, some people tap on one side or the other. I prefer to tap right in the centre, so where you would knot a tie. Then underneath your arm, so you follow where a bra strap would be and tap directly in the centre under your arm. And the last one is on top of your head, so you could just create this sort of shape and then tap around on top of the head. And it's as simple as that. So we're going to tap to start with, just a fun round to sort of warm you up and introduce you to this. As you can see from the points, they're quite bizarre, especially when you get to this bit and you look like a monkey. And I remember the first time I tapped along with an EFT video and I was just sat there thinking, what am I doing? This is ridiculous. I felt really silly and I just thought, like, this is so bizarre. This can't possibly work. What am I doing? So we're going to just tap around using that kind of language, because I imagine this is where a lot of you are at the moment. So I'm going to tap and say a phrase. Then I'm going to pause and I invite you to copy what I'm doing and just copy the language I'm using. So just repeat after me. So to start with, we tune in with what's known as a working phrase. So our first working phrase will be, I feel really silly doing this. I don't know how this can help. So just tune in. How true does that feel for you right now? It's maybe the first contact you've had with EFT, and you might just be sat there going, what? So just tune in. How true does it feel? If you've done quite a lot of EFT, this could be really low for you. So score between 0 and 10, with 0 being this statement has no truth for you whatsoever, and 10 being the absolute truth. This feels very, very true for you. And then we start tapping on the karate chop part of the hand. So just repeat after me. Even though I feel really silly doing this, I don't know how this could possibly help me. I'm going to give it a shot. Even though I feel really silly doing this, and I don't know how this could help. It's okay. Let's just try it. Even though I feel so silly, it's okay. I'll try it anyway. And now we tap round each of the points. So on the eyebrow, I feel really silly. Side of the eye, I don't know how this could help. Under the eye, this is really silly. Under the nose, I feel ridiculous. On the chin, this is silly, all this tapping. Collarbone, what's this supposed to do? Under the arm, this one is particularly silly. And top of the head, I really just feel like a monkey now. And then we take a deep breath in. And just allow your mind and body to settle. If you practice mindfulness or meditation at all, just use this time to really just sort of drop into that meditative state just for a few seconds, just to realign yourself and your body. And just tune in to what thoughts are going through your head. The joy of EFT is it's kind of like a shortcut to getting to this meditative state that while practicing EFT, we can feel very, very calm. We can calm ourselves down. We're feeling very anxious when we start tapping, and just bring ourselves to this grounded place. And by tuning into our thoughts and feelings and sensations in our body, we give ourselves opportunity to just step back from all of the whirring and things that are going through our head, and just give us chance to sort of ground and check in with ourselves. So what's going through your mind right now? Just tune in with that original working statement that we had. I feel really silly and I don't know if EFT could help me. How true does that feel now? Your score might have stayed the same. It might have gone up, it might have gone down. It's not really important at this time exactly what happens. Sometimes with EFT we can start tapping and our original score can actually go up. And the reason for this is because we're really focusing on something, and when we give it our full attention, it could then get bigger. But the overall idea with tapping, if you're persistent and you keep tapping, is to bring that level down. So if you're feeling really anxious, for example, and you're, say, a 7 out of 10 for anxiety, and then use tapping and keep on tapping round, your anxiety level will lower overall. It may rise to start with as you give your full attention to the item, the thoughts that are making you feel anxious. But overall with EFT, what we're looking to do is lower your anxiety, lower the emotional attachment that you have to something. So removing the negative emotions. So we're going to tap now on a thought or an issue that may be worrying you. I suggest you pick something that's quite small, just something that's mildly irritating rather than a big issue if this is the first time that you've used EFT. The reason for this is while using EFT is very much like stirring up the water in the bottom of a muddy pond. So everything that maybe we've been hiding and pushing down can come up to the surface. And that's fantastic. So any emotions that we're trying to bury, they will always come to the surface at some point, and it's usually when it's inconvenient and we do not want the things to come up then. It will just be one more thing you'll get layered on. It will break the camel's back and then everything will just come up. By using EFT, what we're doing is we're consciously saying, right, I'm going to deal with this right now. I'm setting the rules, I'm sitting down and I'm deciding to tap on this and to deliberately bring it to the surface so that I can release it. With EFT, what we're saying is we accept what is happening in the present moment. And that's not accept as in we're going to lie down and take this. It's very much in the mind of mindfulness where you're saying, this is reality. I accept reality in this moment. And therefore, by accepting it and allowing it to come to the surface, we can allow it to dissipate. We can start to let it go. And this is the joy with EFT. You can use it for all those things that you're trying to fight, you're trying to push down. You can just use EFT and voice how you're feeling. It's very much we are voicing exactly what's going on for you in this moment so that we can release it. So pick something to work on now and score it again on a score of 0 to 10. Ideally pick something which is about a 5, so just mildly irritating, but not something like really dramatic when you're first trying this technique. It could be, as we go around, as we start tapping, that stuff will come to the surface. Don't panic if this happens, just keep on tapping. The best thing you can always do with EFT is just keep on tapping until the anxiety or thoughts, whatever it is, dissolves and dissipates. So tune in to how you're feeling about whatever this thought is that's worrying you, it's irritating you. And then tap round after me. So on the karate chop, even though this thought is worrying me, it's okay. I accept myself anyway. Even though I can't get this thought out of my mind. It's okay. I accept myself anyway. Even though I can't get rid of this thought. I accept myself anyway. And tapping around the points. This worrying thought. I can't stop thinking about it. I can't get it out of my head. It's really bothering me. This thought, this bothersome thought, going round and round. This worrying thought. Take a deep breath in. Just use this time just to tune in with your mind and body. Just allow yourself to settle. And see what was coming up through for you as we tapped round. So with EFT, as we're focusing on one thing, other thoughts can arise while we're going round. And these can be like signposts to maybe solutions for resolving the thought, or maybe a deeper underlying issue, which is actually the real thing that you're worrying about. So what I would encourage you to do is now, if something came up for you during that feels sort of could be maybe linked to this, just tune into how you feel about that. And we'll do another round of tapping. This time really focus on where this thought feels like it is in your body. So it could be you really feel like it's in your head and it's sort of right in your face. Or it could be maybe you've got anxiety in your chest, or maybe you've got butterflies in your stomach. So tune into what area in your body this thought relates to. So when you think about that thought, what's happening in your body? Just tune into that. And then score that sensation out of 0 to 10. And then as we're tapping round, just really focus on that sensation. So maybe your stomach or your chest or your head. Just really focus on that and focus on the thought. So have that thought in your mind, focusing on your body, and then repeating the words that I'm using. Even though I can feel this thought in my body, I accept myself anyway. Even though I can feel it, this worry, I'm okay. Even though I want this worry to pass, I accept myself in this moment. I tune in now with this thought. I focus on my body. I choose now to let it go. It's safe to let this go. I choose to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Choose now to let this go. And take a deep breath. How does that feel? Just tune in again out of 0 to 10 on how this thought is currently making you feel. It could be that your score has actually gone up. As you're focusing on it, it becomes bigger in your mind or your body. Or it could be that it's just stayed the same, or it could be that it started to dissipate. And I encourage you, if it hasn't gone down, to just re-watch this video and just keep tapping on that thought, really focusing on how it feels. And then maybe voicing out loud. So maybe you're thinking about a particular thing that's happened. Really imagine that, just replay it in your mind while tapping around the different points. I've had amazing experiences with EFT. I've been using it for a couple of years now and just find it so helpful to be able to just really tune in with how I'm feeling in a given moment. So to voice how I'm feeling and thinking, and then just to allow it to dissolve by tapping around and focusing on it, just bringing it to the surface and then just releasing it.